VeryDarkMan and Peter Obi both came out to speak about something that is very important to Nigeria and especially the southeast. They made a strong call to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, asking him to release Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob. Their message was clear and direct. Keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention is not helping the country, and his release can help reduce insecurity, bring calm, and open a new chapter for peace. For a long time now, the Southeast has been facing serious challenges with insecurity. Many people are afraid to move around freely. Businesses have suffered, and families live in fear. According to both VeryDarkMan and Peter Obi, one of the main reasons behind this tension is the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu. They believe that many young people in the region feel angry and hopeless because their leader is being held without freedom. This anger is adding fuel to the insecurity and making it harder for peace to return. Peter Obi, who is known for always speaking about peace, fairness, and unity, stressed that Nigeria cannot continue to ignore the cries of the Southeast. He said the government must listen to the people and do what is right. He believes that releasing Nnamdi Kanu will show the people that the government cares about them and respects their feelings. Obi pointed out that when leaders listen and act with justice, people respond with trust and peace follows naturally. VeryDarkMan, who is also a strong voice on social issues, supported this call with passion. He said that the detention of Nnamdi Kanu has become a wound that is making the insecurity worse. According to him, the government must stop pretending that keeping Kanu behind bars is solving anything. He explained that every day Kanu remains in detention, more tension grows in the southeast, and more young people feel pushed into hopelessness and anger. He said this is not good for the country and not good for the people. Both of them agreed that the government has everything to gain by releasing Kanu. They believe it will not only reduce violence but also help the economy of the southeast recover. When there is fear and unrest, businesses cannot grow, traders cannot sell freely, and farmers cannot move their goods. Families cannot even travel for simple things without fear of attack. They said peace is the foundation of development, and if the government truly wants development in the southeast, then it must start by addressing the root problem, which is the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu. Peter Obi reminded Tinubu that leadership is not about showing power but about winning the trust of the people. He explained that a good leader heals wounds, brings people together, and creates an atmosphere where everyone feels like they belong. He said that this is the chance for Tinubu to show he is a leader for all Nigerians, not just for one region or one group. According to Obi, the Southeast deserves fairness, justice, and peace like every other part of the country. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu, he said, is a step that will prove the government cares about justice and unity. VeryDarkMan also added that holding on to Kanu will only keep creating enemies for the government. He said the people of the Southeast see it as an attack on their identity and their voice. This, he explained, is dangerous for a country that wants unity. He made it clear that peace cannot be forced by the gun or by keeping people locked away. True peace comes when the government listens, respects rights, and takes bold steps to show fairness. Both men also pointed out that many people outside the Southeast are beginning to agree that Nnamdi Kanu's detention is not helping the country. Instead of bringing peace, it has brought more problems. They said this is why it is important for Tinubu to act now before things get worse. They believe that if Tinubu releases Kanu, it will reduce the hostility, it will stop many of the sit-at-home actions, and it will bring relief to ordinary families who are tired of living in fear. Peter Obi said that this call is not about politics or about supporting Kanu's personal views. It is about justice, human rights, and the search for peace. He explained that even if someone does something wrong, the right thing is to give them a fair trial and respect their rights. Keeping Kanu in detention without resolving the matter is against the principles of justice and fairness. Obi said Nigeria must set an example that rights matter and that no citizen should be treated unfairly, no matter who they are. VeryDarkMan strongly supported this by saying that peace cannot exist without justice. According to him, the government should not expect the Southeast to be calm while their leader is kept away without proper process. He said the more the government delays, the more it looks like they are not ready to give the region a fair deal. He added that this is not just about Kanu as a person but about millions of people who feel hurt and ignored. In their joint message, both Obi and VeryDarkMan made it clear that Tinubu has the power to change the story. They called on him to show courage and wisdom by making the decision to release Nnamdi Kanu. They said history will remember Tinubu positively if he takes this step because it will bring peace not just to the southeast but to Nigeria as a whole. They ended their call by reminding Nigerians that unity is stronger than division, and peace is always better than conflict. By setting Nnamdi Kanu free, Tinubu can open the door for dialogue, reconciliation, and progress. They believe this is the best path forward for a country that wants to grow and stand strong among nations. When VeryDarkMan and Peter Obi called on President Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu, they made it clear that this matter is not just about politics or security. It is also about human rights and the rule of law. They reminded the government that every citizen of Nigeria, no matter their position or their opinion, is entitled to fundamental rights. Nnamdi Kanu, they said, is no exception. Both of them stressed that one of the greatest responsibilities of any government is to protect the rights of its citizens. They explained that when a government begins to ignore or deny those rights, it weakens the bond between the leaders and the people. According to them, Nigeria must always stand by the principles of fairness and justice. That is why they strongly insisted that keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention without resolving his case is a violation of his rights. Peter Obi, who has always been a strong voice for justice and fairness, said clearly that it is wrong to treat anyone as if they are not protected by the law. He explained that the Nigerian constitution guarantees freedom, dignity, and justice to every citizen. These are not gifts from the government but rights that belong to the people naturally. He said once these rights are denied, then the government is breaking the trust of the people and creating room for anger and bitterness. VeryDarkMan added to this point by saying that human rights should not be selective. According to him, it is not fair for some people to enjoy their full rights while others are denied because of political reasons or because their opinions are not popular. He stressed that Nnamdi Kanu is still a Nigerian, and as long as he is Nigerian, his rights must be respected like everyone else's. He said a country that ignores the rights of one man can also ignore the rights of many, and this is dangerous for democracy. They both emphasized that respecting rights is not a sign of weakness. Instead, it is a sign of strength and maturity. A strong government is one that respects the rule of law and protects its citizens, even those who disagree with it. By releasing Nnamdi Kanu and treating him fairly, they said, the government will show Nigerians and the world that it values human dignity. Peter Obi explained further that Nigeria must not send the wrong message to its people. If the government chooses to ignore Kanu's rights, then it is teaching citizens that rights do not really matter. This can destroy confidence in the justice system. He reminded Tinubu that once people lose trust in the law, they begin to look for their own ways of getting justice, and that is when violence grows. By respecting Kanu's rights, Tinubu can protect the country from that dangerous path. VeryDarkMan pointed out that the continued detention of Kanu has become a symbol of injustice in the eyes of many Nigerians, especially in the southeast. He said when people feel that justice is denied to their leader, they also feel that justice has been denied to them. This is why many young people in the region have become restless and angry. According to him, the government must understand that justice is not only about courtrooms and legal terms. It is also about how the people perceive fairness. If the people believe their rights are being disrespected, it can lead to frustration and resistance. Both Obi and VeryDarkMan reminded Tinubu that Nigeria is a democratic nation, not a military state. In a democracy, human rights and the rule of law must always come first. Leaders are expected to obey the law, not bend it. They argued that if the government insists on detaining Kanu indefinitely, it is acting against the very spirit of democracy. To show true leadership, Tinubu must prove that he respects the constitution and the rights it gives to every citizen. Peter Obi also made the point that justice delayed is justice denied. According to him, Kanu has been kept in custody for too long without proper resolution. This delay is unfair and has created more tension than solutions. He said if the government believes Kanu has committed any offense, then the right path is to follow due process and allow the law to take its course, not to keep him locked away without end. This, Obi said, is the only way justice can be fair and clear to everyone. VeryDarkMan agreed strongly and said that fairness must be seen, not just spoken about. He said Nigerians are watching how the government handles this case, and they are judging the fairness of their leaders by it. He explained that if Tinubu allows injustice to continue, then people will believe that the government does not care about fairness at all. But if Tinubu takes the bold step of respecting Kanu's rights, he will earn respect from people across the country and even from the international community. Both men also reminded the government that respecting rights is part of building peace. When people see that their rights are respected, they are more likely to trust the government and live in peace. But when they feel their rights are denied, they can easily lose hope and turn against the system. This is why respecting Kanu's rights is not just about him as a person but about creating the foundation for peace in the southeast and the whole country. They ended their call by saying that Nigeria cannot claim to be a free and democratic nation if it refuses to respect the rights of its citizens. For them, the case of Nnamdi Kanu is a test of Nigeria's commitment to justice, democracy, and fairness. They urged Tinubu to use this chance to prove that he is a leader who respects the law and values the dignity of every Nigerian. To them, releasing Kanu and respecting his rights is more than an act of kindness. It is an act of justice. It is a step that shows the government believes in the rule of law and in the humanity of its citizens. By taking this step, Tinubu would not only calm the southeast but also strengthen Nigeria's image as a country that values freedom and fairness. VeryDarkMan and Peter Obi both agreed that the release of Nnamdi Kanu should not be seen only as a political decision. To them, it is a powerful step toward peace, unity, and healing in Nigeria. They explained that the southeast has been facing pain, fear, and unrest for many years, and the continued detention of Kanu has only made things worse. They said that setting him free will not only calm the people but also create room for dialogue and reconciliation. Peter Obi pointed out that peace does not happen by chance. It is built through deliberate actions, choices, and sacrifices. He said that if Tinubu wants to be remembered as a leader who brought Nigerians together, then this is the perfect chance to show it. By releasing Kanu, Tinubu can send a strong message that he is willing to heal wounds, bridge divides, and create harmony among Nigerians. Obi said peace in the southeast will also mean peace in Nigeria because the security of one region affects the entire nation. VeryDarkMan supported this by saying that the insecurity in the southeast is not just a regional problem. It has spilled over into the entire country, affecting trade, movement, and the economy. According to him, if there is no peace in the southeast, then there cannot be full peace in Nigeria. He said Kanu's release is a simple but powerful act that can calm anger, reduce fear, and help businesses return to normal. For him, this is not just about politics but about the lives of ordinary people who deserve to live without fear. They both agreed that peace cannot come through force or violence. It must come through fairness, respect, and understanding. They explained that the government has tried using force to control the unrest in the southeast, but it has not worked. Soldiers and police may reduce violence for a while, but they cannot erase the anger in the hearts of the people. The only way to truly end the cycle of fear and conflict is to address the root cause, which is the detention of Nnamdi Kanu. By setting him free, the government will remove the biggest reason for unrest and open the door for meaningful peace talks. Peter Obi explained further that no country can move forward while one part of it is constantly in pain. He said a nation is like a body. If one part is sick, then the whole body suffers. Nigeria cannot hope to grow while the southeast is bleeding from insecurity. Releasing Kanu is like giving medicine to that sick part of the body so that healing can begin. He said once healing begins in the southeast, unity and trust will also begin to grow across Nigeria. VeryDarkMan also stressed the importance of dialogue. He said that once Kanu is released, the government should not stop there. It should invite him, along with other leaders, to sit down and talk about lasting peace. According to him, dialogue is the key to understanding, and understanding is the key to peace. He reminded Tinubu that Nigeria is a large and diverse country, and only through dialogue and compromise can it truly remain united. By starting this process with the release of Kanu, Tinubu would be taking the first step toward national healing. Both men also explained that peace brings development. Without peace, no region can grow, no matter how many projects are built. People cannot invest in a place where they feel unsafe. Businesses cannot thrive where violence is common. Families cannot prosper where fear controls their daily lives. They said once there is peace in the southeast, the people will return to their businesses, investors will return to the region, and development will flow naturally. That is why Kanu's release should be seen as an investment in peace and progress. Peter Obi reminded Tinubu that true leaders are remembered not just for the roads they built or the policies they introduced, but for the peace they created. He said if Tinubu releases Kanu, his name will be remembered as the president who chose peace over conflict and unity over division. According to Obi, this is bigger than politics. It is about writing history with an act of wisdom and fairness. VeryDarkMan also pointed out that releasing Kanu will improve Nigeria's image before the international community. He said the world is watching how Nigeria handles this case. If the government continues to hold Kanu without fairness, it will be seen as a country that ignores human rights. But if Tinubu takes the bold step of setting him free, the world will see Nigeria as a mature democracy that values peace and respects the rights of its people. This, he said, will make Nigeria stronger both at home and abroad. Both Obi and VeryDarkMan made it clear that peace is not the responsibility of one person alone. It is a collective effort. But they said the president must lead the way. If Tinubu makes the move to release Kanu, others will follow. Community leaders, traditional rulers, and young people will see that the government is serious about peace, and they will join in to protect that peace. This is why they insisted that Tinubu's action can be the turning point for the Southeast and the whole nation. They ended by stressing that Nigeria has suffered enough from division and violence. The people are tired of conflict, tired of fear, and tired of insecurity. What they want is peace, unity, and a government that listens. For them, the release of Nnamdi Kanu is not just about one man, it is about millions of Nigerians who long for a peaceful country. By taking this step, Tinubu would not only free Kanu but also free the people from the burden of constant fear and insecurity. To Obi and VeryDarkMan, this is a moment of choice for Tinubu. He can choose to continue with the old path of detention and conflict, or he can choose the new path of peace and reconciliation. They believe that the right choice is clear. By releasing Nnamdi Kanu, Tinubu will give hope to the Southeast, rebuild trust across Nigeria, and set the country on the road to true unity and progress.